Tellemtribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, coming to you with another love reading. This one is going to be for my Geminis. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. That means apply to your situation the advice that works for you and leave the advice behind that does not apply to you. I think some of you hear this and it doesn't make sense, so I'm just breaking it down that taking what resonates means take what means something to you, that you can use it and apply it, and release anything that does not apply to you. Because if you want something that's personalized, you will book a personal reading at the link in the description. Join the channel membership if you want that special membership badge and access to those members' perks and discounted and or free readings. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. Turn on post notifications, click like on the video, share the video to share the wealth. There's a lot of instructions and a lot of steps, but the people who fuck with the tribe, they know how to get down with Tellemtribe. Anyways, Gemini, let's get into your reading, because I feel like it's about that time. It's about that time. Channel messages. Chinese bang. Somebody getting a Chinese bang or just cut their bangs. Somebody might have cut their bangs too short. Someone is going to hair school, or someone dropped out of hair school, or you considering hair school. Could be barber school, doing nails, massage therapy, or someone needs a massage, sciatica pain, release your ex. Gemini, why we just can't just move on? But anyways, that's not... So I'm feeling like this is an energy of someone who is changing their appearance, changing their routine, and wanting to get up out of a situation like this, this feeling, like wanting to completely release this feeling. So I feel like somebody's going to be cutting their hair. You want something as badass. Channel messages. Spirit, please show me anything that maybe resonate with the person who this message is for. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. But you can only do that if you release your ex. Channel messages. Anything else, Spirit? Gold leaf. Gold leaves. I don't know what that means to anyone. Bumblebee. I don't know what that means to anyone. And that's all that I have for channel messages. All right, so let's see what the third card is. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. So I feel as though you feel like this is what your ex was to you. Someone from your past life. They could have been literally someone from the past life that you used to live. So it could have worked either way. Someone that you were tied to growing up, or someone who makes you feel as if you can be your true authentic self, and you're releasing them now. We've been talking about releasing this person for a while, Gemini, but apparently this is what we got to continue to talk about until you officially release this person, Gemini. This is not for everyone. This is not everyone's message, but obviously this presence that keeps coming back to my channel, apparently you're not quite releasing your ex, and we are going to talk you through those steps about what advice you may need so that you can make the best decision for yourself, because these cards will not tell you what to do. They will only shed light on what the hell you may be ignoring or what you basically aren't seeing. All right, Gemini, so don't worry. We in this together. And Spirit, please provide me with the guided messages for the Gemini who needs to hear this message. The energy that I'm picking up on, Spirit, please provide me with the guided messages. And if there's any negative energies, any energies whatsoever that is here, that is not supposed to be here, that has any ill will, that is inserting themselves into my domain that does not belong, Spirit, I ask you to block them. I ask you to heal them. And I ask you to get them the fuck out of my way. All right, so let's do this. enter at your own risk. Okay? So the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So you are growing from a situation and you are outgrowing a situation. But just like what kind of reptile or amphibian, whatever the hell, the snakes changing their skin when they gotta, wiggle out that motherfucker. It's not always a simple 1 day situation. It takes, over the course of a few days. I'm not no Steve the Crocodile Hunter as human being, but I can tell you that transformations take time. It takes time for you to acknowledge where you are and being patient with where you're going, and knowing that everything is not going to happen on your time. You are on divine timing. Not today. Dealing with hurt, avoiding conversations, call. So someone is going to call you, or someone has been calling you and you've been ignoring them. Perhaps you have blocked someone. I feel like you may have blocked someone for the course of, where are those cards? I'm going to get my Divine Oracle cards for you, Gemini. I didn't have these out, but for some reason, I just feel like we need to see about how long has Gemini had this person blocked for, Spirit? About how long has Gemini had this person blocked for? About how long has Gemini had this person blocked for? Since last May, Gemini? So you've blocked this person for a long time, a very long time. It's going on almost a year. But what I'm seeing is that they're getting through to you in other ways, which is why you're still having to ignore them. But you blocked them, I guess, maybe the main way that they were able to contact you, or they're trying to contact you through other people, Gemini, and you're not having it. You're not having that shit. You don't want anything to do with the past anymore. You are over it, but you are feeling like, damn, am I going too hard on myself and them? Because even though it's been such a long period of time, I'm still thinking about them. Interesting stuff. All right, so let's pull some more cards about this energy. Gemini, I don't know what to tell you on that. Last May? Sheesh. Some people just don't get it though. Some people, like, they will be in your spirit. They will just hound you in your spirit. Like they would just try and try and try. I sometimes wonder if you care. So this person is still not letting up, Gemini. They feel like you're the person for them. And 13, reading that as 4, I feel like they are going to they're taking little breaks in between and then contacting you again through, through alternate ways, because they feel like if they may feel like if they give you enough time, based on your personality and things that you've done in the past, where you let time go by and then you revert back to the same thing. I feel like that's what they're on. You are my everything. They want a new beginning with you. The 10 is like the end of a cycle. And then the 1, a new beginning. So they're hoping that with time, they feel like they gave you enough time. So although you may not have seen them in the physical for almost a year, you may have blocked them since last May or last year, because, time is fluid. It could have been, last whatever the hell, but it's been a long ass time that you've blocked them. But you still feel them. I'm going to pull a third card. I'm sorry. This person is sorry, Gemini, but sorry is just the words. They're just 2 words. Well, 3 if you break up the contraction. I am sorry. Yeah. Interesting. Let's get to the tarot. Let's get to the bottom of this thing. So, Gemini, this is why you've been having such a difficult time disconnecting from this person. And it's because in the past reading, we just spoke about you letting light in through the cracks. And it's like, I feel like you're not completely releasing them out of your heart because there's a small little part of you, and I'm saying like 0.000000001%, that just feels like they might change. And while that's not a huge percentage, it's a percentage. It's not zero. And if there is still a lick of energy that you are rewarding to them, even though you're not contacting them directly, they're still going to feel it. Remember, energy can be felt. It can't be blocked by obstacles. It cannot be blocked by anything. Just like you feel my energy through this reading, they can feel your energy, even if it's 0.000000001%. So you got to pay attention to what you got going on in your everyday life to see why you are unable to completely block them energetically. So let's look into this a little further, shall we? Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So the overall energy being the Page of Swords, obviously they're scoping you out on social media. I also feel like somebody who they're messing with is scoping you out on social media. I feel like everybody is looking at you as that one person that got away from them and keeping tabs on you. I feel like you're on a lot of people's radars, Gemini. I feel like if you were a building, you would be a museum. Or no, if you were an artifact, like it's like you're an artifact in a museum. They're like, that's her from the past, or that's him from the past. Like they are, or that's them from the past. If your pronoun is that, they, them, whatever, that's them from the past, right? And they are trying to figure out how they are going to get in contact with you since you have them blocked, and they want to show you something different. And the challenge that it's going to be for them because of where you are right now, even though you might have 0.0000001% of thought towards that person, which leaves that little gateway open, you're hopeful that you can really clear your energy and get a fresh start without them, because that's why they haven't been able to see you in the physical after all, right? And the King of Cups came out in reverse, but we're going to do everything in the upright. So your focus needs to be on your heart, working on your heart chakra, being more giving, because Spirit doesn't want you to become a recluse, an emotional recluse. So I feel like you've been a little bit, you've been careful, but you're being a little too careful. And that new person that you have in your life, they will be able to feel that energy too. Those long stares that you stare at them when you think you're seeing something from your past, as if you see a ghost sometimes. But you don't want to bring that energy. I feel like I keep seeing the Nine of Wands. So you're struggling with keeping the past at bay. So let's look at this from the grand scope. On the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. So Gemini, you are not just talking to this new person. Let's just really read this for what it is. You're not just talking to this new person. I feel like you're playing the field, or you're trying to, and your heart is a little guarded, as it should be. And anyone who had the experience that you've had, I feel like in the recent past, you've made connections in different places, and you're working on bridging the gaps. You may not be the type of person who can keep a connection going because of your cutthroat mentality, but which is why Spirit is encouraging you to appreciate the moment and savor the moment while also working on your healing and looking at why it is that you may feel so flighty. And a lot of things is tied to the dishonesty that you may have experienced in the past, or the dishonesty that you the trust issues that you had within yourself in the past. The world is also coming to an end of a cycle. You know, it's the last of the last, and it's just you looking at everything that you've been through and just traveling through the different parts of you and getting to know the different parts of you on a molecular level. And I feel like you're leaving behind the things that, or at least trying to leave behind the things that don't resonate with you anymore. And in doing so, that's 0.0000001% is one of those things. So that's a little bit of the struggle that you deal with. But again, with the challenge being the star, that's Aquarius energy. You may have been dealing with an Aquarius. The challenge is just being hopeful that you can just keep it moving and not bring that energy into what you have going on, because you've been doing well. For you to have somebody blocked for so long that you thought you would never be able to live without, that's a beautiful thing. And then your focus should be on balancing your heart chakra, making sure that you are actually okay and not looking for validation from anyone that you're dating right now or any potential partner with this King of Cups energy. Not looking for anyone to complete you, because you are a complete package on your own. Your focus should be on becoming more emotionally intelligent, reading the moment, reading what you see in front of you, not filling gaps with experiences that are okay for the moment, but more so building lasting connections by going with a steady flow, not moving too quickly, not moving faster than your mind or your heart can comprehend. Just making sure that you are in control of your emotions and that you don't allow one little thing that happens in a moment to be the tell all for the rest of what's going to happen in the future, right? So your strength, Gemini, is in your ability to overcome. You have this gift where when life is coming at you fast, and when things are so grim and crazy, you have this thing that you do with the Ten of Swords. You go into your little cocoon and you figure that shit out on your own. And your guides are saying you don't have to do this on your own. You can utilize your resources, those connections that you're building right now, by letting people in bit by bit. If a person has not given you a reason not to trust them, and your intuition, which is the still small voice within you that you don't have to question, tells you that it's okay, you believe it, because your gut, that gut feeling, that's your protector. That's your guide. So your ability to overcome things that are difficult on your own, that is your strength. But your guides are saying that you don't have to. You don't have to. The near future, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like in the near future, Gemini, and what you're working towards now, especially with all the things that you have under up your sleeve that you want to do, you want to be more successful in your financial endeavors. So I feel like you're going to be taking quite a few steps with either getting another job or getting a second job, just doing things to make sure that financially you are okay. Surrounding yourself with people who are on the level that you want to be on, or are equal to or greater than. You're not looking at caring about like how you used to look at things maybe in the past, like, you know, you're not good enough for this or you're not good enough for that. Nah, never. In the future, in the near future, I see that your money is on your mind, and anybody who's not matching that energy is an obstacle. And that's a beautiful thing. I feel like you're also going to meet someone that's like damn near 2 times less your age, that's going to put you on game about money matters, and that's going to be attractive to you. I feel like with the habits that you're growing towards having, you're going to become a money magnet, and you'll be able to You'll be able to validate yourself on your own without needing validation from other people. The advice here is the Nine of Swords, and that's saying to not don't rely on, don't beat yourself up. It's like, you know, when you go through like a bad breakup or something bad happens to you, or like, let's use a bad breakup for instance, and then you go and you put on a slow sad ass song because you just want to feel worse for some reason because it's your favorite sad song and you just want to cry it out. And the advice here is that to cry that shit out, let that shit out. Anything that you're feeling, get that shit out so you don't bleed on anyone. Figuratively speaking, of course. So that's the advice. Get it out. If there's anything that you feel insecure about, you need to voice it. You need to release it. You need to acknowledge it and release it. Don't allow your circumstances to beat you down. Don't allow people in your life or who aren't important to you in your life to get you to a place that makes you feel unhappy. You know what I mean? All these little connections that you have going on that you're trying to build and, you know, just to have community in your life again. Don't allow that to be the basis of your life, because if it becomes the basis of your life, when it doesn't go well, it'll put you back in a state of shock. Also, with the past trying to seep back into your life, it's saying just be careful. Be careful with the way how you handle things and make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons for yourself. Your environment is the Nine of Wands, Gemini. So you're struggling with something. There's some kind of power struggle happening here, or with you trying to get through to something. Like there's some kind of struggle here, and I want to pull another card to see what you're struggling with, what Spirit is telling you not to allow to get under your skin or to beat you down. What is Gemini struggling with? And it's so interesting because the struggles that you having, you're not even voicing that to your new person or to the new person that you talking to, and y'all sit in silence and all that, and y'all be talking about everything except your problems. Gemini, that's something you might have to check. I think you got this feeling where you don't want to taint what you got going on with your problems. But a part of the good thing about meeting somebody that's real and genuine, Gemini, is if they fuck with you the long way, they gonna want to hear your problems. And if they fuck with you, they gonna want to try to solve your problems. And I'm not trying to tell you to put your problems on people, Gemini. I'm just saying. See, look, the Nine of Pentacles is here. It's saying here, like, your environment is like, go, go, go. Get it. Make it happen. Manifest it. Right? Because you are not trying to slow down for anyone. And I feel like the energy that you have right now is why you're attracting such amazing feelings to yourself, where you don't even need too much of anything to be fulfilled. You don't. It's like you just know that you're gonna be where you need to be, and that sense of knowing is putting you in such a good space. And it's just that your challenge is that sometimes you kind of beat yourself up when you disconnect from source and you can't really see that bigger picture, and then you kind of reel yourself back in, like you're humbling yourself from the things that you deserve. And that's what you have to be careful about, because you deserve everything that you're working towards. It's just that it's not going to come very quickly, and you have to be relentless about it. Spirit is suggesting that you are relentless in your pursuit to what you are working towards. You're working towards love. Be relentless in your pursuit. Just because you haven't heard from the person in a day or so, that's your job to check in. Because if you care, check in. Who cares about this person from the past talking about they sorry? That's water under the bridge. Fuck them. Focus on the now and in the moment, like Spirit is telling you to do. Okay? And then Gemini, the Queen of Swords, that's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy present. Don't be afraid to express yourself in any way that you want to express yourself. The possible outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. That's a new beginning with a job, a new beginning with travel, a new beginning for grounding yourself, a new beginning. It's just new beginnings in general. And the potential to monetize everything that you have going on is endless. The potential to build amazing connections and relationships by being just who you are. And I feel like everything is pointing to the direction of manifesting what you need right when you need it. So just because you're not completely over your ex, I mean, like that 0.000000001 that you don't want to admit to anybody, but in the still small, when you buck up on a picture or something, that a scent or food or a destination or driving past the street or seeing this video that reminds you, maybe you forgot up until you seen a tarot video, you're like, no, whatever, but there's something in you that's keeping this energetic path open. It's just saying that this is all a part of your process to move on, Gemini, and you're doing it effortlessly. It might not seem that way, but give yourself credit for getting to this point where you're now opening up yourself to become a better version of yourself, and that is why you're meeting better people. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull an oracle card and close this thing out. Let's close this thing out for you, Gemini. Oh shit. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Gemini. Just flow like water, Gemini. Okay? So until next time, love and light, tribe.